Ephraim as the many who follow that religion, who follow that Canaanite with deceitful scales. And Ephraim said, surely I have become rich. That shows the connection between the Canaanite and Ephraim, because the Canaanite is the one with the deceitful scale, meaning doing wrong, shady businesses, while, or commerce, which is one of the things that Yahweh tells the great whore, which is the reason why she falls and is destroyed, because of her merchandise. So now that it says, and Ephraim said, surely I have become rich, shows how the many have taken the practices of the Canaanites. So spiritually they have become as Canaanites, because they follow a deceitful man as the false prophet with the scales of Revelation 6. Surely I have become rich, I have found wealth for myself, as the many, with the doctrine of prosperity, or the great whore, which is dressed in gold and precious stones, as we see in Revelation. I have found wealth for myself in all my labors. And also the false Yahudim, the false Israelites who call themselves Jewish people, many of them have most of the control of the riches of the world through the banks that they established, as in the families of the Illuminati, the 13 families. Many of them claim to be Jewish, as the Rockefellers or the Rothschilds, for instance, which are pretty much two of the most known and the ones that are mostly involved with the money, or appear all over the place when it comes to following the money. So, surely I have become rich, I have found wealth for myself in all my labors. In all my labors, they shall find in me no iniquity, that is sin. They shall find in me no iniquity, that is sin. Just like the many, I repeat, and I have to do it again because of the fact that we're talking about Ephraim, just to make sure that you guys understand. Ephraim as the many who are in the false doctrine, but they obviously believe to be in the true doctrine. If not, they wouldn't be there. So because of the doctrine in which they are, they receive certain things of this world which do not come from the heavens. They are of this world, and therefore the Elohim of this world is the one who gives them those things. But they believe because of those things, and since they judge through appearances, since they can see and feel those things, they believe that that is proof that they are in the right way, in the right path, even though there are several doctrines, several religions, and there are people who are prosperous in Judaism, there are people who are prosperous in Christianity, there are people who are prosperous in Islam. So how can prosperity in the physical sense be a proof of true spiritual path? Makes no sense. That is not how it works, but that's how people take it. So that's why it says, I have found wealth for myself in all my labors. They shall find in me no iniquity, that is sin. So they believe because of their apparent proof of success in life, they believe to have no sin, and that they are loved by Yahweh or the Creator Almighty, and that they will be fine in judgment. But they don't understand that since they have not paid attention to their spiritual path, they have been walking on the wrong way, getting farther and farther away from Yahweh, who is understanding and knowledge, and therefore they don't understand nor know where they are going or where they are at. And that is why when they are in judgment, they will be so confused, thinking that there's nothing wrong with them. As in, when, just like when you speak to somebody and you tell them or ask them if you believe that they will go to heaven, most of them will say yes, and if they say no, most likely they're saying it as a joke. Most likely there are some people who actually, they have no understanding, of course, but they claim that they're going to hell. But at least everybody should understand and know that we all deserve punishment, because we all have sinned and we all need Mashiach, and through Mashiach we can enter the kingdom. So that's pretty much what the answer should be. But most people focus it on themselves, meaning the answer of if they're going to heaven or to hell, and they say, I'm a good person, so yes, I'm going to heaven. Most people. So that attitude is pretty much what Ephraim is saying here. They will find no sin in me. Whatever sin I have committed is so little that he won't mind. But they don't know the mind of Yahweh, so how can they claim that he won't mind something? Because they are doing it through their deceitful heart, which tells them that their opinions are his opinions. When Yahweh tells us in Isaiah that his thoughts are not our thoughts, and that just like his thoughts are not the thoughts of men, is as the heavens are above the earth, just like that, his thoughts above our thoughts. So a lot of people know those verses, or at least, well, I was paraphrasing, but those words, but they don't actually get the point, because they actually believe that without reading the scriptures and just by what they feel in their hearts, they know the Almighty. And that is super wrong according to scriptures, because the heart is deceitful above all things. So, and Ephraim said, surely I have become rich, I have found wealth for myself in all my labors. They shall find in me no iniquity, that is sin. That verse sounds weird to me at the end, so let me see in Hebrew real fast. Right? And Ephraim said, I have become rich, I have found nothing in me, and they will find iniquity. No. And they won't find in me iniquity that I have sinned.